Welcome, welcome. My name is Aurelie. I'm a Vedic astrologer, and today we're going to be talking about the upcoming solar eclipse. Again, I'm a Vedic astrologer, which means that all the calculations I'm going to be leaning on are based on the sidereal zodiac. If you're not familiar with the sidereal zodiac, the most important thing to understand is that all our calculations for the planets are based on the backdrop of the stars, which are fixed in the night sky. Okay? So let's get started. So this is the chart for the time of the eclipse. It's important to know that it's also happening during a dark moon. That is when the solar eclipse takes place. So it is a dark moon, which is called in Sanskrit the dark day of the moon. It's a whole lunar day, and that is called Amavasya. And that means dwelling together. That is why you can see right here the sun and the moon are dwelling together. So on this dark moon day, it's also the culmination of a holiday called Pitri Paksha. So it is a very kind of mystical moment in time where we say the spirit realm is very close to earth, and it's a very powerful day to do offerings to the ancestors. Just be aware of that. Now we'll go back to the solar eclipse. We're having an aspect of Mars. That's Mars, K2, Sun, and that's a lot of fire on this Mercury. Mercury is exalted right now, and it's not sometimes planets that are very strong and exalted, but very cursed. And if you can see, it's getting caught in this dark moons, and the dark moon has this kind of void energy. That's why I say this all the time. Please don't start new things because they won't grow. It's like the void energy. This is why it's great for meditation to go inside in the emptiness, in the depth of your soul. But are you gonna launch a new project that you want to make money from? No. Are you gonna open your yoga studio on that day? No, you don't want to avoid. You want people to come. So that is why it's important to understand these lunar days. Yeah. So you're seeing this exalted Mercury. It's in the void of the dark moon. It's also being eclipsed, catching this eclipse. And sometimes really strong planets are caught in a very strong curse, which is what it is. That's what we would call it to explain it. It's being cursed, or there's negative influences that are not allowing this Mercury to come to fruition with both this Mars aspect, this dark moon, this solar eclipse. So Mercury is in a little bit of trouble here, even though it's exalted, which is sad because it's almost like if we see this in a chart, we'll say the person has the inner knowing that they want to rise, because exalted planet has this wanting to rise, has this inner longing for sattva, for looking up, for things to grow, for this energy of things growing and excitement, but it's not able to take form because it's being under those malefic influences. But what on a mundane level, it's a lot of fire on Mercury, so we're seeing a lot of military action and intensity with that. Yeah, especially remember Virgo, it's a natural sixth house, right? So fighting, if the moon is in your sixth house, we say you have a tendency to look for problem. That's fighting, it's a great placement if you want to be a doctor, but it's not so nice in interpersonal relationships. So again, it's the natural sixth sign, which again has this reference to fighting. Yeah. And we're seeing this influence. Now Jupiter has an aspect on the sign, which is really great, which means on for us that please do your meditation. I'm going to be showing at the end of this video the lunar day, the dark lunar day, which is the good day to do the offerings to the ancestor. And I'm going to be showing the eclipse window when it's happening in your location. So make a screenshot of that. And when the eclipse window is happening in your location, it's a great time to do your meditation, especially with this Jupiter aspect. So, whether you're going to be practicing a mantra, listening to a mantra, whatever your inner meditation is, or you're going to be reciting Om Mani Padme Hum, is a beautiful mantra. If you're from the Vedic tradition, you can do Om Vishnave Nama. Yeah, it's a great time for sadhana. All right. And we're seeing this Mercury, and Mercury is Earth, and it's an Earth, 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 and again, so we're seeing afflictions, which we have been seeing, just a lot of water and afflictions, moment in time where there is loss, a lot of loss for people, and you know these eclipse points can bring things karmic turns to life, and it can be difficult. So just be mindful. Also for my younger audience, it's not, you know, those days, October 2nd, those days getting close to the solar eclipse on October 2nd. Please don't be out drinking, partying. Don't put yourself in situations like that on a dark moon day. You can wait for the weekend after that. This is happening on a Tuesday, Wednesday, so you can wait for a Saturday to go out. Just, I always mention this to people, please don't be out at the festival or things like that. That's quite dark energy, and I just don't want you around that. So just do simple things. And if you have teenagers, you know, they can go to an early movie out. That's fine. Just make sure everyone is home early. Okay. Now, moving forward, we're going to have a few transits, yeah. As we're going to move into this month, we're going to have the debilitation of the sun, and that's going to be in combination with Mars moving in its debilitation sign. So again, when I'm saying this war energy is going to remain for a while with this Mars transit. Now, I will be posting a very detailed uh, observation of the transits. This is just a few notes that I have for to begin with this blog post that's going to be up soon. But just know, I just wanted to show you about this Mars, yeah? It's basically going to be starting in the debilitation sign of Cancer. Then it's going to retrograde into Cancer, which that could just mark excessive aggression when it goes right. That point of where it goes retrograde is usually pretty karmic points, yeah? And then it's going to be pretty much in Cancer in its debilitation sign until the 21st of January, which is long, until it retrogrades back in Gemini, and it's going to be in Gemini for a while, which is where it's at right now. And then it will return on April 2nd again to Cancer, which is difficult because we do in the spring, we do have this conjunction and this kind of inauspicious combination. So yeah, that's not good. And so it's not that it's not good, it's just it's showing a certain amount of alignment of just, again, this with this military and this fighting, yeah. And on June 6th, we'll be very happy to see Mars finally transition out of this kind of traveling forward and retrograding through its sign of debilitation, yeah. So that will mark a big turn of events. And that's, I think we'll have a lovely spring and lovely summer once we get past those like March, April combination. You see this like April, March, April, yeah, May. And once we get out from the mid-May point, it will be really beautiful. June, July, August, something really to look forward to. Another point, because it's coming up really soon, we're really close to a Jupiter retrograde. And just whenever you see these, what's relevant, what's important, what's relevant, there's many ways to say it, is that right before a planet retrogrades, it gains a certain strength. It's like it becomes stationary. So we see it as like stilling, it becomes stopped in the sky. And that gives it a very strong, just potent ability to be able to change things. Okay, Jupiter is our greatest benefic, and whatever situation's been churning, Jupiter's been in Taurus. So we use these turn of events, right? We use these retrograde, the day it retrogrades and the few days before it retrogrades as it's slowing down and going towards stationary. We just know it's like a special karmic points in time. That's what's important. Again, Jupiter is our greatest benefic. Jupiter is transiting through Taurus, which is a really great sign. It's in Rohini. It's Jupiter is going to be heading. I'm starting to talk about this just because I don't always want to be talking about all the negative combinations, because understand that Jupiter is going to be heading in its exaltation place, which is a really beautiful year for us to experience exalted Jupiter. It's our greatest benefic again. So there's, that will be lovely in 2025. Yeah. So we just have to sadly bear through these couple of months of just this Mars will just be a bit complicated with just the military action and the fighting. And on our inner level, it's also going to show up in the chart, whichever part, wherever there is discord in our own personal life, because it's more than just just a war set off. It's a part of us too. Which part of our lives are we fighting with? Which part of ourselves? Sometimes it can just be an inner fight, but just something to be mindful. Be mindful of our anger, the fire, yeah, frustrations, yeah. Um, so, uh, and I'll do a longer video because it's really hard to keep all those dates, but I'll do a longer breakdown video of the next 6 months because I've been working on this for a while. So I'll make a really nice little presentation and give some thumbs up on this video so I get encouraged to do this work. But I'll do a nice presentation with all the dates and month by month breakdown of the transits and how things evolve. I think it'll be really nice. I posted this on our community notes, but just in case you haven't found that, it's also on my Instagram and other social media. Just note this is the solar eclipse time window. This is the solar eclipse that's going to be happening. So I'll just let you a moment to take a screenshot or do what you need to do. Now this is for the dark lunar day, right? The offerings to the ancestors and the time window that it's best just to keep things simple, not start new things, and stay away from just atmospheres that are not like bar atmosphere, drinking atmosphere, and just to be mindful around your teenagers and whatnot. All right, Amavasya, the day the sun and the moon dwell together, and it's beautiful. All right, on this note, I'm gonna leave you now. There's a fun new little setting here where I can just have my own floating body on the chart. Take care of yourself, but I hope everyone's doing well. I'm sending you much love, and I look forward to our next videos and our next time together. I will close with, what are we going to close with? All right. Om Vishnave Namah. Om Vishnave Namah. Om Vishnave Namah.